Join ESPN Monday night for the 2011 State Farm Home Run Derby as some of the top sluggers in baseball swing for the fences. Chris Berman returns with John Crook to announce each crack of the bat and each ball that's going, gone. It's the 2011 State Farm Home Run Derby live from Chase Field, Monday at 8 Eastern on ESPN. The Home Run Derby also available online at ESPN3.com and in 3D. Right. Working toward the halfway point of tonight's NASCAR Nationwide Series race here at Kentucky Speedway. The race leader is Brad Keselowski. Took the lead on an exchange of pit stops a few moments ago. And after a quick couple of lap duel with Kevin Harvick, has moved away from Harv by almost 1 second. Now, Carl Edwards gave up some track position on pit road because his crew, Mike Beam, his crew chief, made a 4-tire call on that pit stop, Rusty. A lot of the other teams went for fuel only or right sides. Carl gave up the track position there. Now he's trying to chip his way back forward.
Yeah, it's working really good for Carl right now. I mean, he's running about a half a second faster than those guys that put 2 tires on. So this is a good call. He's got himself all the way up in the 3rd position right now, and he's got fresher tires than most. So I know you got to have a gamble every now and then, and that's what the other guys did. But this has worked out for Carl very, very good right now. He did the sure thing, went for 4, full of fuel, working good for him.
All right, time to go a little further into the field and get up to speed with Nationwide Insurance. Kyle Busch started at the back. He's running 5th, Dave.
On that last pit stop, Alan, he did not take any fresh tires on the car, but they did make a track bar adjustment. Prior to that, he'd reported that he couldn't change any bad condition going into the corner by the time he came out of a corner. But then, listen to this radio.
I can finally get it to react to the steering wheel, though, like if I give it a little extra wheel, it responds to it.
We may have to go back on that left rear wedge here after a while. We'll see where it goes.
I think wedge is a good thing. You might want to just, a good thing meaning less is better. You might just want to play with the right rear air pressure a few tenths.
The first part is what counts. He's got the steering wheel back, driver 18 back in control. Meanwhile, his teammate Joey Logano in the 20 car. He restarted in the 3rd position. He's fallen back to 6th. He took 2 right side tires. That doesn't seem to work. He said, I'm so loose in now, the car behind me is not helping either. So right now, very loose for the 20 car, Doc.
Brian Scott does not have a top 5 finish this year so far, but he is running the top 5 the last 3 races in a row. At Chicagoland, with 5 laps to go, he had to pit for fuel. At Road America, he led and got punted late. And last week at Daytona, running 6th, he was hit in the door 200 yards from the start-finish line. He said, tonight is our night. First top 5, if not better car. Very good right now. Jamie.
Trevor Bayne told me earlier today he wants to give people like us in the media something else to talk about besides his Daytona 500 win and his illness earlier this season. But he's been battling this tight race car, one that has not wanted to turn. The last round of stops, his crew chief said, I know a lot of people are gambling on 2 and no tires. We're not going there. They took 4 tires. He remains in the top 10. Doc?
Ricky Stenhouse began the night 3rd on the starting grid and 3rd in the point standings, but he cut a left rear tire by running over debris in the backstretch. That dropped him back to 24th position, last car on the lead lap. They came in, made the tire change, made a chassis adjustment. He has now driven that forward back into the top 10 in a nice spot. This is the car he won with at Iowa. Dave.
With the inexperienced drivers on the junior motorsports team, Casey Kane was hired to drive the 7 car to bring some veteran experience. His experience so far tonight, well, not that great. However, the last time he came down pit road, they removed his spring rubber from the right rear and made an air pressure adjustment for a very loose race car. The report, better. That's good information from a guy who should know, Alan.
All right, David, thanks. Still shy of halfway here at Kentucky. 22 cars on the lead lap. Brad Keselowski, seeking his first win of the year, is out in front.
Back here at Kentucky Speedway, a 2-car incident brings out our 3rd caution, one involving Robert Richardson. And tough luck again for the 11 of Brian Scott. He was running in 9th position. You can see the damage to the back end of both these cars. Happened over in turn number 2.
See them side by side here. Brian Scott was trying to go around the 23. Looks like he just, classic case of getting a little bit loose. You get on the inside at that speed, takes some air off.
On board from Casey Kane.
You see right there, that's a real tricky part of the racetrack, going over that bump, especially if you got the car pretty free. And then you drive inside of somebody and that arrow effect. Just takes him right around.
All right, guys, get the tires changed here. Get the tires changed first here.
So we're going to get another round of pit stops, and Dave, we're going to send it to you first again.
Kyle Busch's car was loose into the corner, even though he had that steering wheel control. They'll go down on the track bar just a bit. 4 tire change. He didn't take any tires last time, Jamie.
The balance is good on the 33, so I don't know what to tell you to make us faster. 4 tires this time, and he needs a little rear grip, Doc.
Carl Edwards, 4 tires, putting scuff tires on, the only set of scuffs they have. 1 round down on the track bar and clean the grill. Vince.
The 22 of Brad Keselowski took no tires last time. They'll put 4 tires on it this time, go up a half round on the track bar. Keselowski really likes the car, but he says it's just a tick tight up off.
And as they come off of pit road, it is going to be Brad Keselowski first, Kevin Harvick second. In fact, the top 6 come out exactly the way they went in. Michael Annett picks up 4. Good stop for the 62 crew. Elliott Sadler's team loses 1, comes out 9th. Stay with us.
Our 5-hour Energy Rapid Recap, catching you up on what's happened in the first half of tonight's race. Well, this happened before the race.
Yeah, Kyle Busch was making a qualifying run, just lost it off of turn 4, got in the wall, destroyed the back of his primary car. Now he's in a backup.
And boy, did he make a charge. Went from the back to 25th by lap 5, to 20th by lap 10, to 15th by lap 30. He was 14th by the first pit stop at lap number 44. Championship contender Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Had a right rear tire or something go down, was running really well at the time, but was trying to get down pit road, trying to get it woed up, and took a little lazy spin here. Finally did make it down pit road and got 4 brand new Goodyears on it.
Got a free pass. He's back in contention. This racetrack has given some of these drivers hands full tonight behind the wheel. Bumping and bouncing around, slipping and sliding.
Yeah, it's real bumpy here. One of the roughest racetracks in all of NASCAR. But, man, it's exciting. It's got a lot of character to it. The drivers don't mind it.
And get up onto that dark groove where the rubber's really been worn into the pavement. You're going for a slide.
And you are going for a ride, whether you want to or not. Turn 3, going into 4. Really, really bumpy, really, really slick. Once you get up out of the black stuff, the nice sticky rubber, it's nothing but marbles, baby.
Even the best. That's Mark Martin in that 32 car. Hanging on out there in tricky turn number 3. And we are almost ready to go back racing in the NASCAR Nationwide Series Feed the Children 300 here at Kentucky Speedway. Make sure to go to NASCAR.com for all of your latest NASCAR information. Couple of twists of plot under this most recent caution flag here at Kentucky. One involves championship leader Reed Sorensen. He was 12th coming down pit road. He would have restarted 10th.
Oh, man.
But
poor fella just cannot get a break in this race car. And I don't want to jinx him. We don't want to talk about the bad luck he's had, but they forgot to take the wrench out of the race car.
And Mike Bliss, when he left his pit stall, was carrying something with him that he wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah, he's got the jack stuck under the left side of his car, and as he left pit road, it flew out, went out in the grass, and that's carrying equipment out of the box, and that is a penalty.
All right, so get ready for a restart with 95 laps to go. Brad Keselowski has chosen the outside lane on Kevin Harvick. People we mentioned there in our recap, Mark Martin's running 10th, Stenhouse Jr. is running 11th, and Reed Sorensen's going to find himself back in 20th place after that little whoops. Mike Bliss is in 19th after they go to the back of the field for equipment out of the pit box.
This is where I really love it, Al. A little 100-lap shootout. This is like Friday night racing at its best.
It is Friday night racing.
There you go,
and
baby.
It's been good.
Let's get it.
Green, green, green.
Side by side down the backstretch, Kevin Harvick down low, and the 22 of Brad Keselowski. One other thing we want to tell you, Brian Scott, another spin. The 89 of Morgan Shepherd goes around and hits the front hard, and that'll bring out our 4th caution. I was just about ready to tell you the good news for Brian Scott was he was able to stay on the lead lap through that caution period. They pounded on the back of that car, and here we are going to have to pound on the front of the 89.
Yeah, Morgan doesn't need this. He doesn't have a lot of funding on this car. Doesn't really need to lose one.
Let's come back and see exactly what happened to Morgan.
He's going to get turned from the right rear there.
That's Charles Lewandowski in that 40 car. That inside wall. If it could have slid another maybe 15, 20 feet, it might not have hit that. Well, no safer barrier on the inside walls here at Kentucky, and there's the mark where he hit. That's what we were talking about. If he could have made another 15 feet.
Wouldn't have hadn't taken much for him to miss that. That's too bad. I hate to see that for Morgan.
Well, the window net's down, and the safety crew's talking to Morgan, and he's moving around, so things look good for him. They don't look so good for his race car. So we're under our 4th caution, and we'll wind it up again when we come back to the Kentucky Speedway with 94 to go.